So I've been lucky enough to have a conversation with Simon Sinek. I say that because he's absolutely a brilliant man. And I absolutely love his TED Talk. I think I watched it like 13, 15 times. If you haven't watched Simon Sinek's Start With Why TED Talk, make sure you do. So Simon's books, 3 books, actually changed my life. One, my son Alexander and I read, which was Together We're Better. Super easy kids book. I absolutely love it. Number 2 was Start With Why. Actually, now I come to think about it, there's actually 4. So number 2 is Start With Why. Number 3 is Leaders Eat Last. Leaders Eat Last, and I renamed his book for him. I said, Leaders Eat Last, however, over time we eat well. And that became an affirmation, which we'll go deeper in later. And then lastly, Find Your Why. All of that, I want you to understand that you have to pull yourself to the next quadrant. If you want to go from Rookie of the Year to star quarterback, you've got to pull yourself. You can't push yourself. You're going to run out of stamina. And at some point, you're like, this is crazy, I'm out. And you end up quitting. I see that in diets all the time. So what's the difference in pulling yourself and pushing yourself? It's your mindset of your goals, your dreams, and what you want to accomplish through the outcome. You've heard the quote before, the journey is the goal, not the destination. Who you become and what does it do for you internally is how you're going to pull yourself through your goals. So understand how you speak to yourself, which is going to be your self-conscious, and what you do with how you speak to yourself creates emotions. Now, if we focus on those emotions, we want those emotions to pull you because that's where your passion is going to come from on a daily basis because you believe in your actions. What that's going to allow you to do is going to be a difference between discipline and self-discipline. Discipline is what you do when Wally's sitting there. You've got to do A, B, and C and stay on top of you. Self-discipline is when Wally's not around, you as a teammate, keep yourself accountable. All right, let's talk about the first quadrant. So what is a Rookie of the Year? And we talked about Robert Kiyosaki, who was the employee. So if you're a Rookie of the Year, you're a new loan officer. You're someone that is probably year 3, year 5 in your mortgage practice, in your mortgage career. You've done a few loans, you get loans here, you're hustling, you're getting loans from here to there, but you don't really have a business yet that's coming in. You don't have a model, you don't have consistencies, but man, you're giving it your all. That falls in the employee category because you don't know how to make it rain yet. Once you go from I do it to we do it, and you build out referral partners around you, you build a team around you, you go from the Rookie of the Year to the star quarterback. What's the star quarterback? It's he or she that runs the playbook. It's he or she that runs the huddle. It's he or she that attracts the talent around you. You're the star quarterback. Everybody's looking at you for leadership. Everybody's looking at you to make it rain. And everybody around you is there to support you, to lift you up. So as a star quarterback, now you're self-employed because your time, your income is valued by the time that you put in. Now you can put 80 hours a week in, you can put 40 hours a week in, you can put 20 hours a week in. It's completely up to you. But now the star quarterback is a self-employed mindset, and the value that you give to the marketplace is the value of your income. So if we go into the head coach quadrant, how do we go to the head coach quadrant from the star quarterback? There's a limitation wall. We've got to break through that limitation wall. You've got to go from I do it to we do it to they do it. Now you get to go to they do it. Now you're the business owner. Now your sole responsibility is innovating with your mind, leading with your wisdom, and having your experience and your reputation bring in revenue, bring in loans, bring in business. So as a head coach quadrant, I've been in this role and I looked at this as a career. I've done this for 24 years. And for you to understand my mindset is 10 years for mastery. You can probably do it in 2 or 3. I was a slow learner and there wasn't anybody really there explaining me. In my 20s, I was Rookie of the Year. In my 30s, I was the star quarterback. Here in my 40s, I fall in the category of the head coach. Now in my 50s, I'll figure out how to be the owner. But what I want you to understand, if I'm the head coach quadrant right now, I've helped recruit the star quarterback for my team. I've helped recruit all the other players that are the offense and the defense players on my team. And I've also helped the special teams, which is our business development team and our client concierge team. Now, you're the head coach on the sidelines. You've got the clipboard, you've got the whistle. You have leaders that are leading other followers. Once you learn how to go from being a leader that leads followers to a leader that leads leaders, then you're able to go in the owner bracket, and that is, I'm not really big in football, but that's obviously the Jerry Jones of the world, so Robert Krafts of the world. Those are the owners, but they've helped recruit the leaders that lead other leaders. And that's what Robert Kiyosaki feels like the investor quadrant. That's the quadrant that gets paid the most for the least amount of effort today. But one thing, a mindset I want you to adopt. In the early days of your mortgage career, you're going to get underpaid for the efforts that you do. It's how it is in any career. In the middle part of your career, you're going to get paid what you're worth. In the later part of your career of being the head coach and the owner, you're going to get overpaid for the amount of effort that you're still having to put in. So as you go through the quadrants, understand you're going to get underpaid, then it goes to paid what you're worth, and now you've got the opportunity to get overpaid the effort you put in, and that's an amazing feeling. We're really blessed to be there.